Freedom? Freedom, where are you? There you are. Hello, Continuum. Oh, what's the matter with you? It's this week's episode, Continuum. It's so bad. It's like they took random things I didn't like about Fluttershy Leans In, Forever Philly, and Gifted the Maud Pie and stuck them in one episode. Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. It's parental guidance. Continue. So it started off pretty well with the CMC being, well, the CMC. Then it all went downhill after the screaming started. Not so loud. I have too much ginger beer in my system for that right now. So we finally meet Rainbow Dash's parents. 5 down, 1 left. And I'll admit, some of this is pretty good. Like that door and how often wings get used as hands. And then... From this point on, I had the video on mute half the time. It was my most major complaint with Gifted the Maud Pie, the humour. This kind of humour gels with me like water gels with oil. And I know humour is subjective, but this is my review, so it still gets 0 bagels out of 10. And then... boom. In all honesty, I'm amazed that it didn't happen earlier. Like, several years earlier. Then again, this has literally been happening since Dash was a child. While I'm not happy about it, I'm equally peeved that I can't think of any other way for it to happen. And of course the ending is entirely unsatisfactory. Wow, you are really not happy with this one, are you? Yeah, no kidding. The problem with the end, and with the moral itself, is that Dashy's parents really haven't learned anything. Sure, they're quieter in the stands, but there's nothing at all verbal. While that doesn't really impact the moral too much, it didn't need to. The rest of the episode did just fine by massively overdoing Rainbow's parents' supportiveness. Remember, the end of the episode would have you believe that this kind of behavior is acceptable or should even be encouraged. When people are literally cowering in the stands to get away from you, you should know you've gone over the top. Scoots could have picked up on that, but then again she is almost as bad. Well, there are some good things to come out of this. The Wonderbolts in this episode were brilliant, supportive and friendly to the teammate, understanding, and Spitfire showed restraint. Also, it's pretty much good as confirmed at this point that Scoots is an orphan. I doubt that the issue will ever get addressed directly, but it's pretty heavily implied if my 400-year-old memory serves. Yeah, I guess. I suppose if the episode local stuff is garbage, I can at least revel in the more widespread details. There's a good boy. Now, what say we leave the rift and go back to our own channel? Yeah, fine, let's go. What time is it? A week. I was in there for a week. Frickin' Okay, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're doing another one of these two-parters. So, let's get started on Hard to Say Anything. Where do you keep getting those? Big Mac, unless you're trying to pay a dowry in purely apples, you may want to dial it back a bit.
It sure is nice seeing you again so soon.
Wait, haven't you done this nearly every day for the last week? You've presumably said this, what, 4 times already? You're not exactly subtle, are you?
First crush? What about Cheerily? It doesn't really count when you trick a pony into drinking a love potion, does it?
Nope. Oh, feel that retcon.
Crush! My brother has a crush! My brother has a crush!
Broadcast it from the bloody rooftops, why don't you? Oh my god, he actually said something other than yep. That genuinely caught me off guard. This is simple. Way too simple. Where's the conflict? Something's got to go, and there it is. Well, it'll be nice to crack out the old flamethrower again. Whoa, hold on until the end of the episode. I have a review to finish. Fine, but when we get there, I'm scorching his ass. Fair enough.
When I was younger, I read all the fairy tales. When you were younger, huh? Well, I was younger on the way here.
That's technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
We bring the danger to her.
Applebloom, that's what a supervillain would say. I'm not sure I can condone, and we're doing it anyway. Big Mac, you know this is a bad idea. You're not gonna say anything? No? Well, this should be irritating.
Fairy tales, the knight in shining armor always gets the girl.
Yes, but the knight in shining armor isn't colluding with the dragon. Knight in shining armor. get back to the review.
There's nothing more romantic than waking your special pony from a sleeping spell with a magical kiss.
Nothing more likely to get you a lawsuit either. Well, that's irritating. Yeah, more corpses for the bonfire. You're really disturbing to talk to, you know that?
When you appear before...
That's it. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna do it. Hold off. Shove this flame over so yet. We still need him. Wait for the end of the review. He uses auto-tune! Yes, and I know there are many who would consider that a crime in and of itself, but we're not done yet, so hold off. If I don't get to kill him soon, I shall go communist, I tell you. Yeah. On to the moral. This one has actually got to be one of my favorites thus far. Taking an individual into consideration before doing something for them, particularly in a romantic context, is incredibly important. Not least because it prevents you from objectifying that person. You shouldn't date someone if you can't be friends with them. You shouldn't be allowed to date someone if you can't see them as an individual. Equally important is the more subtle moral that real life isn't like a fairy tale. Love is complicated. It's awkward and it's messy and it's complex. If you approach it as a simple problem, you're not gonna get anywhere. Beautiful and mushy. Now where's Featherbangs? I need to...
Write poetry and juggle, but actually talking to a pony?
No, what are you doing? No, don't!
Featherbangs, the Cutie Mark Crusaders are at your service!
Oh, for crying out loud, you almighty son of a flying hagfish. Beat stained, well, I've been Freedom Flash, and thanks for watching. Pediatrician macro neophyte.